A new poll finds that more than 60% of Americans see the gap between the rich and poor in this country just getting bigger and bigger. In fact, the income disparity in this country is at a level we have not seen since the Great Depression. But not only are corporate executives getting richer, so are members of Congress. Their net worth rose by 25% in the past 2 years, but there's a gender gap here at play as well. The net worth of female members of Congress fell by more than 20% in the same period. Paul Singer wrote about this for Roll Call. And Paul, we should note here off the top that you say that for the most part, there's one woman to blame here, a Congresswoman from California, correct?
Yeah, that's right. When you're talking about small numbers of people like this, and female members of Congress is basically 93 people, Jane Harman left Congress and took with her a net worth of at least $100 million. Well, that suddenly reduces the net worth of the female members by about a third. Yeah. So when you have a small pool like this, yeah, big numbers just totally skew your curve.
Just out of curiosity, 100 million, where's that money from? How'd she make that money?
It's actually her husband's money by and large. He was in the on the audio business,
okay.
Harman Kardon Electronics, sound systems. That was that money.
How much of the money in Congress is held by men?
Well, most of it. It's now $2 billion total minimum net worth. About $1.8 billion of that is held by men. But it's funny, Craig, because we say that John Kerry is one of the richest members of Congress, but of course that money is really his wife's money.
That's right.
So it's sort of hard to say where the gender, which gender the money travels with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually.
But when you break it down, you'll see that most of the money is with the male members of Congress.
You're right that the midpoint is probably the best way to sort of look at this thing. When you look at the median, perhaps, what did you come up with?
Yeah, the median is where I think you see a fairer description, and there actually women are doing better than men. The woman in the middle of the pack, as it were, in Congress is about $600,000, and the man at the middle of the pack is at about $400,000. And then in both of those categories, we saw that their median income increased by about 15 or 20% over the past couple of years. Again, the trend of growth is the same no matter what gender. And it's interesting. I just mentioned that we did this gender breakdown only because we were on an MSNBC program last week talking about this growth on the Jansing program, and some of your viewers actually asked us, well, how does it break out by gender? And this is what we came up with. Well,
Paul, we appreciate you responding to our viewers. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's actually a pretty good question.
Roll Calls, Paul Singer. Paul, as always, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Craig. Have a great day.